It's been a very intense 4 weeks so far. It's the first part of the season, you could call it pre-season. And the lads have been fitness tested. They've been working on the first two principles, which is the playing out from the back and pressing from the front. So training has been quite rigorous, as you can see from the sports trainer app. The lads are recovering and training and recovering, but the development's been brilliant. And you know, we've spoke to a lot of the teams and told them how over time, you know, over 3 years or 2 years, that the players will develop at a pace that we've designed for them through a model that's been successful over the years. A good example of development is the Ronaldo and Romario brothers. When they came to us at 14, it took 3 years for them to get their break in professional football. And it's that type of time scale that we have to relay to the players and explain. And I think with the group we've got, that given 2 to 3 years, I expect them to be developing at a fantastic rate if they keep up with the hard work and the fitness and they listen to the tactical sessions and the technical sessions. They'll be fantastic. We've had great help from Michael Morton and Cy Collins from the domestic. We've had wonderful help from Owen and Corey, who've been doing the fitness testing, and the goalkeepers we've got this year as well. Ramius has had a fantastic start. He's probably played the most games, and that's a tribute to Michael Ingham, who's severely helped with the goalkeeping this year. So they've got great support, and I'd expect him to, over 3 years, develop at a very good rate. The thing that impresses me the most with the Yellow team has been how they've come together so quickly. The stress of travelling abroad and playing abroad and getting your education abroad, for most people it's unimaginable, but within a very short space of time the boys have taken ownership of warm-ups, of their equipment, their punctuality is very good, and I feel like they've embraced the UK lifestyle. So the initial thoughts are we've got a great group who are going to stay together and have a good season. Good news with the first game was we set out to improve throughout a 90-minute game, really. With it being the first game, we knew that the first 45 minutes is always going to be a tough and a very steep learning curve. What we do at I2I is the game plan must develop throughout that 90 minutes at a steady pace. So after half-time, the boys were almost a very different team, which shows that they're good at listening, it shows that they're good at learning, they can take in information, and their work rate is superb. So if you look at the game split into two that we played, then you'd see a very steep learning curve in the first half and an unbelievable turnaround in the second half. And that would probably sort of translate into the season. So the second half of the season will always be better than the first half of the season. And if the players are patient, that's what they'll see. They'll see a much better second half. Next week, the next 10 days are going to be probably the busiest up until Christmas. There's up to 3 games scheduled, one friendly, an under-21s game and a Bucks game. So we'll have to balance training now with the players and keep an eye on their workload. We don't want them doing too much, which is why we use the sports trainer to monitor their wellness, their sleep, their stress. So we'll be monitoring that quite carefully over the next 10 days to see which players are able to cope with the 3 games. And we'll rotate the squad so everyone's getting plenty of game time. And then I imagine after the 3 games, we'll go back to steady training and a slightly more steady paced amount of matches rather than the 3 games in a week. But we've got 20 players, so I think we'll be able to manage. We didn't want it to be an easy league when the players came over. To get these guys to develop at the speed we want them to, we want to put them in a competitive league where they're challenged every week. The tempo and speed will be faster than what they're used to, so that will take time to adjust. But with the huge amount of pressure that we're going to put on them will come a huge amount of support from the coaching staff. So everything we do is backed up with training, analysis, and a lot of mentoring from the coaches we have. So even though it will be tough, yeah, we know that they'll be able to cope with the support that we're going to give them.